to ERL Commentary for it is round number 8 of Season 3 here in Baku, of course. And we're a little scarce on numbers this evening, but just got under 2 minutes to go till we begin the session. We're not sure why. We know a few people couldn't race. We only have 13 drivers at the moment. Of course, it is Baku, probably one of a lot of people's least favourite track, especially to drive. Mike for the win, says Billy. I think it was you. Congratulations on your F3 win, by the way. Billy is supporting Mike. If you're here in the stream, welcome. Make sure you sit down, grab a cup of tea and some biscuits. We're in for a long evening here this afternoon of probably will be an hour and 20 minutes, maybe an hour and 10 minutes if it doesn't rain. The F2 and the F3 races both had rain. Apparently the F3 race was an absolute cracker, from what I've heard. And the F2 race was slightly on the other end, was a little bit boring, of course, myself coming home with the victory. But yes, we should be here then for a good race. Mike and Falcon level on points in the Drivers' Championship. And yeah, should be interesting. Of course, Mike didn't race last time out in Canada. Falcon grabbed the win. So that, of course, will next week, will of course be I've completed what I was saying. So that has leveled up the points now, as Mike didn't race last week, and Falcon won, so now back to level points in the championship here for round 8 in Baku. It should be an interesting race. And yeah, from what I've seen, time trial times, Mike and Falcon seem to be incredibly close on pace. However, Odem's is probably quicker. Of course, I know assists are quite powerful round here. Liquor Blocks himself is actually quickest in time trial, so congratulations to him. But yeah, so should be interesting. Qualifying, we're expecting a sort of low 140s, maybe a high 139s, probably a low 140s though, 140.1 or a 140.2 for pole position. I've been in practice with some of these guys and I've seen them. I've seen Falcon do a 140 flat. I've seen Mike do 42.2. I've seen Mike do 40 flat. I've also seen Falcon do 42.2, and I've seen them do 45s, 40.5, sorry, and 40.9s. So, you know, we're all over the place, really. We don't really have a big picture. Of course, Odems is using assist, so that gives him quite a big advantage. Of course, this is probably the track that favours assists the most, so we might not just have a two-way fight this race. We may actually have a fight between multiple drivers. Lakiti's also got some pace round here. We've now got 14 drivers, so numbers are a little bit better. 3 or 4 couldn't actually race, and I believe 2 or 3 drivers left ERL to head on over to FF1, which is now, of course, the new league that starts at 6 PM. But we're here at the moment. Hello, Lakitu. I don't know if we're going to get getting underway. It's 5:01, so hopefully we can get into the race. And if we can get numbers like we had, thank you very well done, Billy. Popcorn is ready. If we can get numbers in the stream like we had in Monaco, of course, I had like 20 viewers in Monaco. That was an absolutely stunning race, if you remember. So hopefully we can get something that follows suit. Overtaking is possible here, but of course, Dirty Air is there, but that massive home straight will allow for massive slipstreaming. So we could have a lot of overtakes this race and a bunch of action. If we can have that kind of action in Monaco, we could have similar action in Baku. We've had pretty much every single race apart from, I don't know, China and Russia has been pretty good this year. So, you know, there's been a lot of high hopes. Mike and Falcon, of course, it's currently 4 wins to Falcon, 3 to Mike, and they're level on points in the championship after 7 rounds. Very similar times in time trial. Those two, of course. Monaco wasn't good, I lost multiple front wings. True, Lakiti, but as a spectator, from a spectating point of view, Monaco was an incredible race. So, yeah, it was a very good race indeed. Right then, can we get underway? Hopefully Hopefully not. We've got 14 drivers. I don't think anyone else is going to join, so we might as well get underway. Guys, get your friends in, whatever. Let's try and get some big numbers. Hit the like button on the stream, because kind of another great race this weekend. But yeah, I'm going to crash. You don't want to fill yourself with negativity. But yeah. Here we go then. Are we starting? No, still not starting. Come on, guys. Let's get going. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. I want to get going, but we're not getting going. Here we go. Countdown here. Here we go. Finally, we're counting down. Someone's just left, so we've lost a driver. Now, it is Baku, so if it rains, and there's a high chance of rain pretty much around Baku, F2 and F3 races both rained. So there is a high chance of rain. And if it rains, then be aware we'll have a lot of retirements, because, of course, I drove in the F2 race earlier today. So it's not easy to drive around this track anyway, let alone in the rain. As they say, good luck. So we're only good luck if we actually ever get started. By the looks of things, one issue with this league is we never seem to go on time. F2 started at 25 to 3, not half 2. So we never seem to get underway on time. It's unfortunate, and we're losing viewers because people just want to see action. They want to see action. I want to commentate action, but we can't get it. We're back to 14 drivers. There we go. Hopefully no one leaves, so we can get the countdown going. We can jump straight into the action. Billy's got his popcorn ready, so get your popcorn ready, guys. Let's have some fun here this Saturday evening. Apologies, of course, for not commentating last time out. Very, very sorry. 5 minutes. Yeah, we should probably schedule it 5 minutes earlier so we start on time. But here we go then. We're finally loading into round number 8 of this season 3 in ERL. Yeah, so here we go, Baku. Tight wall, street circuit, that castle section there will cause some victims. It might cause one of the big championship contenders some problems, of course. The likes, obviously, yeah, let's talk about Mike and Falcon. Don't count out the likes of Odoms and Nikitu in this race. They're very quick in time trial. Assists also very powerful around here. So Mike and Falcon may not dominate the race like they have done in previous weeks. Well, yeah, that's true. Very scarce on numbers this weekend, but it's Baku, a lot of people's least favourite track. But we are going to get a bit amount of overtaking, and hopefully we can get a little bit of rain to spice things up. And changing weather conditions would be perfect, of course. Just got to skip this so we don't get copyrighted. And we're getting ready then to jump in. For Baku qualifying. Here we go then. It's sunny for qualifying, so it's going to be down to the drivers then, of course, whoever's going to be the fastest around the track. Indeed it will be. Who's your money on for pole then? Put it in the comments. My money's going to be on, I'm going to go with Odoms. I think Odoms can pull something out of the bag. No pressure on him. All eyes are on Mike and Falcon. So I think he can pull something out of the bag. So, yeah. Here we go then. My money is on Lakitu, says Lakitu. Falcon says Hasnain. Who is out then? Johnny is coming out. Let's just change some of that. Fastest lap, currently fitted, and we'll turn the telemetry off. Let's just put it on full so you can see the amount of fuel they've got. There we go. Lovely job. There's a lot of traffic as expected. The OGR1 has had a good few races since Spain. Okay, so here we go then. Everyone's on Anab, here's ERL Falcon, your championship leader. I won F2, Mitchell. So Falcon is the championship leader. Sean Fitzy, I believe that is. Sean Fitzy? No, it's not. I think Dan will be an interesting driver for this race, because I know his driving skills in Baku. Very interesting, Billy, giving us... Yes, Hasnain. Yes, I did win it. by about 14 seconds. Thank you very much, Mitchell. So, Falcon then, your lead of the championship, because he has 4 race wins, Mike has 3, but they both had the same number of points. I don't know what that is, but they both have the same number of points. Mike didn't race last time out, that's why, but he's only got 3 wins. Of course, they are the only 2 race winners. Can someone else, like, I don't know, maybe Lakitu, who has shown pace this season, but has just made a few too many mistakes in the race? So here we go then. Here goes Lakitu. He's got his teammate right on the back here. They might be going for a little bit of slipstream, might the Toro Rosso drivers. Because of the Toro Rosso, I'm not sure who that is. That is Joe Ruru right on the back of Lakitu then. But they seem to go side by side here. Here we go, side by side on a qualifying lap. One of them's going to have to back out. And Joe Ruru, I think it is. Oh, they've got contact. It's gone horribly wrong for the Force Indians. And Lakitu is going to be furious. What on earth is his teammate doing there? I have no idea. That was absolutely ludicrous. Going side by side on a qualifying lap. There's debris now at turn 1. But yeah, wow, that is interesting, that. So here's Mike then. Activated the DRS a little bit earlier, so what are we expecting? I think it's 42.9s, or we're expecting in the first sector, 41.9s, 41.8. Oh, and that's another Red Bull, Toro Rosso. I think that might be Joe Ruru again, is it? No, it's Lakitu again, who's gone wrong yet again. So Mike then in the first sector, from what we've seen, it's been pretty good. Yeah, no idea what the Toro Rossos were doing into turn 1. I was thinking maybe they was giving each other a bit of slipstream. So 43.9 was we expected to be good. 44.9, 44.8. That's quite a good first sector from Mike. Go on board with the ERL Falcon then, if he can beat that 44.8. We also will keep an eye on him as he's still in the pits though, for now. So 44.8 from Mike in the first sector. Can Falcon follow suit? No, wow, that's a very slow first sector from Falcon, 45.2. Mike is on a quick lap then and looking to take provisional pole. Meanwhile, his teammate Johnny has not done a bad first lap. He did a 35.2 in the first sector. He's aiming for a 40.5 or a 40.6, I'm sure. Let's see what he can do now. That long back straight reaching speeds of 212, 213 miles an hour to 41.6 from Johnny. Not the best, but here comes his teammate in the Scuderia, is Michael. So expecting a low 140 if it's going to be a good pole challenging lap from Mike. DRS wide open here. Remember, he definitely didn't open the DRS as early as he possibly could. It's a 140.7 and still that lacks some pace to what we've seen other drivers do. Yeah, I expect him to improve by another half a second at least. Probably conditions is probably part of that. Here's Falcon. Let's see if he can beat that 40.7. Yes, he can. 40.699. So Falcon had a very good middle and third sector because Mike was 4 or 5 tenths quicker than him in the first. So definitely more time to find from these two. But Falcon takes round number 1. Who else is out on a flying lap? John Digweed. Going on to that back straight now. It's so long, isn't it? If that was real life, he'd love to be in a Williams on that back straight with that Mercedes engine, but Equal Cars will take that privilege away from him. He'll be the next one to complete a flying lap then. He'll be trying to stay into the 140s or a low 41s, which we saw the OGR1 do, which is 2 tenths a second quicker than Johnny. So a low 41s from him. It's a 141.7. Puts in P7. Not a bad lap, not a great lap from him. So here's our other pole challenger. It's T.S. Odoms. I think he can get it here. He's, of course, an assist runner. Of course, promoted from F2. Very, very quick driver. Used to be even quicker before he didn't race F1 2016 again. But he's back here in F1. Great to be commentating over him once again. He has got some talent, has this guy. So don't count him out. Of course, not normally as quick as the top two. But because this is an assist-heavy track, I wouldn't count him out. And he might get this race win here today. So let's see if he can grab pole position then. He's gone out later than everyone else. That's probably for a bit of clear track because he realises it's going to get very hectic and he's going to get some traffic there of the Renault and the Toro Rosso. Hopefully they don't distract him or hold him up. He might actually get a nice bit of slipstream from the Renault gets out of his way nicely. Not sure who the Toro Rosso that is. It's either Joe Ruru. It's not Joe. It is Joe Ruru. So let's see if Joe Ruru gets out of Odoms' way. Remember, we said a 43 or 44.8 from Mike in the first sector. 45.2 from Falcon. Falcon's the quickest, but Mike has the quickest first sector of a 44.8. So let's see if Odoms can get near that. It seems to be pretty quick as long as he doesn't get held up by Joe Ruru in the Toro Rosso. What does Odoms do then? 45-1, so that's quicker than Falcon, but not as quick as Mike. But he looks like he's going to get held up here by Joe Ruru, and dirty air into the castle section. That's not going to be good, and that lap is over for Odoms. He went out later, probably to get less traffic, and Joe Ruru has caused chaos already. Oh, and they touch tyres. Yeah, Joe Ruru has already caused chaos. He might not have actually lost that much time. From what I saw there, I think he did. So it might be lap abandoned from Odoms. You can see right on the edge there. I think it's game over for Odoms, but don't count him out. Let's see. I don't know the second sector time, apologies, but Joe Ruru has already caused carnage with his teammate, and now, by the looks of things, has affected Odoms' lap. And I don't think he was on a flying either, was Joe Ruru. But yeah, so let's see if Odom's got his lap affected much, or will this be competitive? It's a 40.699. He heads into the pit lane because he realises he hasn't got time and his lap was affected. That is frustrating for Odoms. It's not worked at all, has it, for Odoms? So he'll only have one shot at pole position. Joe Ruru wasn't even on a flying lap, and he held up everyone else. So he might be under investigation from the stewards for one, blowing up Lakitu, and two, for holding up Odoms and costing him his lap. Mike's on an out lap then. He didn't have enough fuel for another lap. No, I know that, but he didn't even complete a flying lap, so he would have wanted to at least complete a flying lap. He definitely went into the pit, in my opinion, because he got held up. Mike getting everyone out of everyone's way. Here comes the championship leader then, and your provisional pole sitter, ERL Falcon, coming out now. Yeah, this Toro Rosso driver is a pretty disgraceful. We'll try and stay away from him. So don't count Odoms out, because he seemed relatively quick in the first sector. Look at the traffic. Mike will want to back off. He's got plenty of time. He'll want to back off. He won't want to get right up behind. You know who's ahead of him as well, or just ahead of him. It's that Toro Rosso. You don't want to get behind him because he's not got a reputation for letting people through. So the castle section is yet to collect anybody, which is good. Indeed it is. Yeah. Right, so Mike is going to try and beat... I'm expecting a lot of improvement from these two. I'm expecting a low 40s from Mike and Falcon. We'll keep an eye on Odoms though, but he's still in the pit lane. So Mike is going for it then. He has to. He's the quickest man in the first sector, but he's just under a tenth slower. It's oh so tight. Hit that like rating as we get ready for this round 2 of qualifying between the two championship titans of ERL Falcon and Michelangelo 53. Falcon took round 1 then. Let's see who throws the first punch then in round number 2. And it seems to be into turn 1. Heavy braking zone for Mike. Crucial you don't lock the inside front. And it seems to be good through. Mike doesn't run wide. He needs to keep it clean. He has been the quickest man in the first sector, so it favours him. It was a 43.8 from him in the first sector. 4 tenths quicker than his rival. So he loses time in the middle. Maybe he made an error in the castle section or something. That's why he lost so much time. That would make sense, wouldn't it? So apologies there. Let's see what Mike does in the first sector of the 43.8 last time out. It's a 44.8, sorry, 44.8 again. So matched of his previous time has Michael. Let's see if Falcon can improve. Is he on a flying lap? I don't think he is, or is he? I think he might be. Yeah, sorry, I just muted my mic. Apologies there. So, let's see if Falcon can beat... No, he's not on a flying as Falcon. So Falcon's backed off. So eyes back onto Mike then. Let's see what he can do. He definitely lost time in the middle sector. That's why he's so slow, because he's 4 tenths up on Falcon in the first. Odoms is on an outlap then, so we'll keep an eye on him, but he might not have time to cross the line. So Falcon is backed off of his lap. So I think Mike will not have fuel here. Yes, he will. So Mike will still have fuel to go on another lap. So Mike may continue on here. But he has to beat that 40.699. I think he'll be in the low 40s. It's been a very good lap from Michael from what we've seen. Can he get into the low 140s? It's a 140.6 from Killer Zone. And here we go. Mike crosses the line. It's a 140.3. It's a stonker from Mike. And that has put him, as Lakitu has done a 40.8, and he's happy with that. Odoms then is on it. Oh, Odoms is in the wall. Oh, dearie me, that's gone wrong. It's gone oh so wrong for Odoms. I don't know if he's got damage or not. He won't have time to cross the line. It's gone wrong for Odoms then. He's not going to have time to cross the line, is he? And, yep, so Odoms, what a shame, will be starting dead last. Falcon will just cross the line, will he? Will Falcon cross the line in time? Falcon may not cross the line in time here. I think he will just. By the skin of his teeth, he does. So Falcon, he's got to try and challenge the 140.3. What a lap from KB Killer, though, as that's put him P2 at the moment, splits the two championship contenders. Falcon has got to improve his first sector if he wants to get anywhere near Mike. I have seen Falcon beat a time like this, but can he do this under pressure? It's so unfortunate. Odoms will be starting P13 then. Lakiti managed to get it into P4. It was a 44.8 from Mike in the first sector. Falcon's got to be looking at matching that if he wants to beat that lap, because Mike had a stonker of the middle sector, and that's why he struggled on the first lap, because he probably made a mistake. Being pretty clean from Falcon. Oh, he looked like he lost a little bit of time. So 44.8 to beat. Can he match it, Falcon? Yes, he can. So Falcon can match it. He's 4/10 up pretty much on his next lap. So Falcon at the moment is quicker than Mike. Always make sure he doesn't bottle it in the castle section. All risks taken, and it's paid off for him. This could be a great lap from Falcon, and a snap of oversteer on the back end. That might cost him half a tenth or so. So crucial in a qualifying so tight like this. Yeah, look at the back end just stepping out there. He went hard on the throttle, and the back end just couldn't keep up with him. He's just pushing so hard now. How much time did that lose him, though? He's only 3/10 up now. He might only be good enough for P2. It's going to be oh so close. How much time did he lose in that final? Considering it's only a straight, I doubt he's going to be able to gain much time. It's been a poor lap in the middle sector from Falcon. A tiny mistake may cost him pole here. It's a DRS wide open then. He's got to try and beat a 140.3. Can he do it for pole position? No, he can't. And it's going to be Mike who takes pole then in Baku. And it's that minor error. Snap of oversteer from ERL Falcon that's cost him pole position. Falcon took round one, and Mike responded with an excellent lap of a 140.3. We know Falcon had a little bit more left in the tank because he made a minor mistake. But at the end of the day, that's cost him. Very well done from KB Killer. And that's P3 for him. Lakitu maybe a little slower than others with a 4.8. Phenomenal performance from Johnny to get into P5. Unfortunate for Odoms, though, who we thought could be a challenger for pole this afternoon. Has not even set a lap. So it'll be interesting to see him coming through the pack then. Very well done to those who predicted for Mike to get pole. Very well done, came through by 3/10 in the last lap, but crashed. Unlucky. So that is the final qualifying classification. As I said, Odoms not doing a lap. Mike taking pole by over a tenth. So great lap from Mike. But we did see Falcon make a little bit of an error, and that probably cost him at least a chance of pole position. So then, here we go. Oh, copyright, that was close. So, interesting. We may get the stream copyrighted, actually. Because of that. It's dry, yeah, good point. Hasnain. My voice is going already, and we've not even started the formation lap. Here, hopefully we have a great race, though, because I don't want a voice by the end of this race. You know, you've had a good commentator, you've had a good race commentator when you have no voice. So hopefully we get that at the end of this race. It was a good qualifying. Looks like it's going to be dry for the whole race. And here we go. Yep. Interesting. How many drivers will survive turn one? That's a good question. Put your guesses in the comment section. How many drivers are going to survive turn one? We start with 14. Put your guesses in the comment section. How many drivers will survive turn one? That is interesting. All, says Billy. It's brave, but it's possible. We have got some good drivers in this league. There is some rain predicted for the very end. Thank you very much, Lakitu. That spices hopefully more than F2. Definitely. That was pretty definitely. Yes, so Lakitu just saying for us there's rain predicted for the end. Thank you very much, Lakitu, because that spices things up for us. So 26 laps round here. It's going to take around an hour, not an hour, sorry, less than that, probably 50, 45 minutes in the dry. Hopefully, we switch to intermediates at the end. 10, says Haslane, in F3 all survived it. Wow. Maybe it's just F2 where everyone just blew up then. But it is pretty dangerous. What about the castle section? How many are going to survive the castle section? That is probably the real question. So Mike then lead into the grid leading the pack to the grid. 11 or 12, says Mitchell. 10, Haslane. If anyone gets it right, then I don't know what will happen. They get... Right, so here we go. It was raining. Yeah, it was raining in F2. That's a good point for Haslane. It was intermediate for the whole race. So this is going to get spicy then for the start of this race. A lot of people already on the grid disqualified. Put it in the comments now. Your prediction. Who is going to win the European Grand Prix? So here we go. The final members of the pack rejoining now. Here we go. In the comments, who do you think is going to win this race? This should be fun. Here we go then for round number 8. It's 5 red lights. And it is lights out and away we go. It's a good launch from Falcon so far. Is he going to make a loop? And look at that's the Ferrari of Johnny going around the outside there of the Renault. To the side by side. Falcon and Mike are side by side into turn 2. Falcon goes down the inside. Falcon takes the lead of the race. Great start from him. Johnny's on the outside of Lakitu, that is, I think, in P4. So Johnny's moved up to P4. Great start from here. Falcon then, who takes the lead over him. KB Killer's right on the back of Mike in the Ferrari. Mike moves over to defend. What a start from Falcon, and Johnny has got on the back of KB Killer and he's almost hit him into the wall there. Johnny might have damage as Lakitu goes up the inside. What a start from Falcon, and Lakitu has retaken P4 from Johnny. It's a good initial launch from Johnny. Johnny may look down the inside. No, he doesn't. He's in a Toro Rosso sandwich at the moment. Great, perfect start from here, Falcon. That's exactly what he needed to get track position. Now he's in control of this race. Great start from him. As I said, looked like he got the better initial launch, and that's what happened. Odom's then is up into P11. Everyone has survived. And the Force India of Odom's getting so close there to the wall. So it'll be interesting to see Odom's coming through the pack then. Mike is right on the back of Falcon. Remember, we've got some very long straights here. Falcon is right on the back. Sorry, Mike's right on the back of Falcon, but does not make a move. And Lakitu is right on the back of KB Killer. Johnny may have damage. He did go into the back of KB Killer. That might be way. Yellow flag's waved. Who's that for? Not sure. That's sector 2. Thought it was one of the leaders. Remember now, let's go on board with Mike. Let's see this slipstream in action. It wouldn't surprise me if Mike takes the lead going into turn 1. Who has? I think they're running exactly the same setup. So it all favours Mike here. Falcon Wall still has his one move to make, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mike overtakes him in the straight. No DRS, and Mike is there. Falcon decides to defend the inside line. Falcon then goes, Mike goes around the outside. Falcon defends the inside. Mike attempts to switch back. There's a little bit of contact there. Mike loses the back end, and Mike may have damage. He may have damage. He tapped the rear end, and all that's damage for the Renault for KB Killer, and all that's Lakitu has gone round half spin. Up in for Lakitu. Mr. Costa's now up into P4. That's side by side, isn't it, for Michael and KB Killer? They're oh so close, but KB Killer for sure has damage. Oh, and KB Killer had a look at Mike, but backs out of it. Mr. Costa up into P4. Odoms is down to P13. What's happened to him? He's pitted. Odoms may have had damage. Odoms is on from bad to worse in qualifying. He's already pitted on lap 1 of this race. Wow, good start then for Mr. Costa. Unfortunately for KB Killer, he's managed to pick up some damage, which isn't great for him. Lakitu had a half spin, and he's now down to P5. Johnny also has damage, I think, into P6. The OGR1 in P7. So you can see KB Killer's damage is really affecting him. Such a shame because Mike and Falcon came so close into turn 1. They were side by side. So KB Killer caught right up and then he just got so unlucky and crashed into the back of Mike. Well, could we have another duel between Mike and Falcon? We've had about 5 or 6 this season so far. We could have another one here in Baku. Here we go then, the long straight coming up, back on board with Mike, so we can see, apologies for that, we can see the slipstream in action here for Mike. Falcon getting on the dirty side of the track there a little bit, won't really affect him, as Mr. Costa then has overtaken KB Killer, and you can see now that's Lakitu, who's now got KB Killer. KB Killer's a sitting duck then for those two. He's into the pits, is KB Killer. Mike takes a look at the inside, but well defended from Falcon. No, Falcon's run wide. Falcon has run wide, and Mike takes the lead of the race. Falcon has run so wide and has lost so much time and has broke late again. Brake problems for Falcon then. He's just broke late into the first 2 corners and Mike has now got a 1.7 second lead. What a very poor mistake from Falcon. He's made a lot of those. Again, another lock-up from Falcon. He's all over the place with the brakes. Now Lakitu's got Mr. Costa as well in that carnage. We missed that position change. But Johnny's still in P5. Of course, TS Odoms has got Danny, and that's KB Killer who's just come out of the pit in P10 after pitting because of his damage. So then Falcon has now given himself a whole bunch of work to do because he was right there, made a massive error braking late into turn 1. I thought he just defended well. Now he's 1.6 seconds behind, so he's going to have to push like crazy to catch, but Lakitu is right on his back. Great opportunity for Lakitu here to pounce and make a move on Falcon. Falcon doesn't seem to be gaining or losing time to Mike. We've seen that so much this season. These two just so similar pace that there just nothing happens. Wow, so what a start. 3 laps into this European Grand Prix. And, wow. Whew, that was... yeah, that's Oros already retired, indeed. Found the new Kavia, indeed we have. So, here we go then. Lakitu is on the back of Falcon. I think he's going to be too far back on this occasion. Falcon's caught up 2 tenths then in that lap since his spin. Mike sets the fastest lap of the race. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see this lap if Falcon can respond. Didn't brake late. He broke probably a bit earlier this time, didn't he? Because he didn't want to make the same error. Funky Cobra has lost the position to George Alice. Move for him. So Odoms then has pitted early on. KB Killer also pitted because of his damage. He's on mediums. Let's put up then the position change. Let's put up the tyres then. Yep, so you can see KB Killer on the mediums, Odoms on the soft. So different strategy changes there. Yeah, I'm not sure which one is Johnny, and the OGR1 goes at the inside of George Alice. I think Johnny maybe made a mistake there because he's lost 2 positions. He's side by side with George Alice. Down the inside goes Johnny. Is he defending him? We can't quite see. Now George Alice has the inside line. Great move. So that's the Funky Cobra. Great move from Funky Cobra. And Johnny has lost 3 positions in the space of 3 corners. Deary, deary me. Lakitu's fallen back a little bit then. He's now 2nd behind Falcon. But Falcon is not catching Mike then. Interesting. Mr. Costa dropped back a little bit as well. And the OGR1 is under pressure here from George Alice as Johnny made a mistake. And now the Funky Cobra has also lost a bit of time during that scrap. So the OGR1 gained 3 positions then in Johnny's error. And that has mixed up the midfield. An absolute treat. So let's go on board then with George Alice. Johnny's lost another position to John now. Back on board with George Alice. And you can see the slipstream in effect here. Let's see if he's going to be able... Wow, he seems to be very, very quick. Of course, DRS is now enabled. We haven't even reached the DRS line yet. So there's DRS for George Alice. Look at the difference in straight line speed. Here goes George Alice up the inside. And it's going to be a comfortable move for George Alice. And takes P5 in this Grand Prix. Oh, goes a bit close to the wall. And the OGR1 will just have to sit back, and he takes a look, does the OGR1, but thinks better of it and will sit into P6. Johnny's pitted then. I think Johnny... Oh, well, Johnny's got no front wing, so mistake for Johnny. He's now got no front wing. He's putting a front wing on. Be interested to see where he comes relative to KB Killer and Odoms, who have already pitted. Funky Cobra has just got... Oh, who's that? Who's made a mistake there? Oh, the OGR1 has made an error. in the wall. Oh, it's gone oh so well, so wrong, sorry, for the OGR one. He was doing so well, and he's now lost another position. So Funky Cobra finds himself into P6. George Alice maintains 5th. Back up the front then. Lakitu has gained another half a second in that lap. Mike is pulling away from Falcon. Falcon seems to be struggling. Lakitu is faster than Falcon. Danny is in P12. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so close. Lakitu might get him on this straight then, because Falcon seems to be struggling. Mike is 1.7, 1.8. It's not massive difference, but Lakitu might be quicker than both of these guys. So if Lakitu gets past Falcon, he might be able to catch Mike, because he definitely looks quicker than Falcon, and Falcon doesn't seem much slower than Mike. So remember, DRS is now enabled. I don't think Falcon is going to fight this too hard. He might try and use Lakitu to catch up to Mike. Remember, there is DRS now, so he should get him nice and easily. He's gaining, actually saying that it won't be easy for Lakitu. Gaining. Is he going to go for a move? No, he takes a look at the inside, but it's too far. That Falcon makes another error and breaks Lake. And oh, it's so close to the OGR one more time. Down the inside goes Lakitu into turn 2. Falcon's going to run wide, and oh, it's another mistake from Falcon. And he's been penalised yet again. Poor first 6 laps from Falcon. Started off well, and he's made 2 or 3 massive errors, and he's down to P3. Oh dearie me. So now he wants to think that Lakitu's faster, and he'll try and use Lakitu to catch up to Mike. You can see Lakitu has... Yeah, Falcon's doing too many mistakes. I agree, Billy. Mike's now pulled away 2.1, so keep an eye on that gap to see if Lakitu catches up or not. Yeah, he gained 2 tenths there, didn't he? John Digweed and Odom's having a ding-dong battle. Oh, and I think they've both pitted now. And they're oh so close. Did they both pit? Let's take a look. Yes, they have, and now John Digweed has just jumped Odoms. So Odoms now on the back of him then with Slipstream. Is he going to be Odoms? Takes a look. No, he doesn't. He pulls back in behind John Digweed. But John Digweed runs a little bit wide, so Odoms is right on the back once again. A little bit of a straight here. He can try and make a move up the inside into the chicane if he's got enough, enough of that donkey in the back. Time for the undercuts to begin for sure. Well, we're probably a few laps away from pit stops, I would say. Probably 10, 12, 13, we're looking at pit stops. So there's not much going on. There's a lot of massive gaps. Lakitu's losing time to Mike. Falcon losing time to Lakitu up front. Mr. Costa, again, sort of maintaining in P4. Danny in dead last at the moment. Johnny, of course, has pitted, but so is Danny. So they're all net fights. TS Odom's, of course, on the back of John Digweed. So softs go a long way on this track. Indeed they do. Let's take a look at that a second. The tyres that everyone's on. So a lot of mixed strategy. You see John, has he pitted? I think John has pitted. John started on the softs, but KB Killer pitted. He's on the mediums. John Digweed pitted. He's on the supers. Interesting strategy from John Digweed. He's probably committing to the 2-stop. And TS Adams on the softs, Johnny on the mediums, Danny on the softs, and who's pitted? Oh, KB Killer. Drive-through? Drive-through, or maybe a problem for KB Killer. I think it's a drive-through, yeah. Oh no, the pit crew's ready. Why is he pitted? He already pitted on lap 1 or on 2 or 3, so why is he pitting? For softs and a front wing, so he may have hit the wall there somewhere. Has JB Killer, oh dearie me. And that's not gone well, has it? So yeah, Lakitu though has caught Mike. It's now 1.9. So Lakitu has already caught his ERL's greatest. Has caught up to Mike quickly. Then Falcon! Oh, I thought Falcon was in the wall for a second there. Was going sideways on my screen. That was close. So then yeah, Lakitu is catching Mike. So keep an eye on that. KB Killer has pit again for some unknown reason. He did have damage, of course, but interesting. So Odom's up to P9 now. We've got 12 runners in this race. Odoms is on the back of John Digweed, who is also pitting. That's ERL Falcon in the pits. Yes, Falcon has obviously decided he's losing way too much time. He needs to get off those tyres. Attempt an undercut on Lakitu and try and catch Mike, because at the moment he's choosing to try and... It's softs for him, I was going to say. Oh, it's mediums. No, it is mediums. Wow. Mediums. That's interesting. Some people on soft, so he's going for the 1-stop, but he's going on mediums. Is he going to come out in clear air? Oh, he might come out right behind this battle between John Digweed and Odoms by the looks of things. Talking about John Digweed and Odoms. Odoms is right on the back of him. DRS wide open now then for Odoms. So which way is John Digweed going to defend? Different compounds. Odoms is going to go up the inside here for Odoms. Who's going to get it? Odoms gets it there. Oh, so close, but Odoms manages to get John Digweed. Good move from him. Odoms moves up into P8. Falcon has got some nice clear air though. He can get his head down and concentrate. Remember rain at the end for sure. Falcon braking late, missing apexes. Doesn't seem to be on it here today. Lakito is really keeping up with Mike, isn't he? So don't count him out yet, especially with rain at the end. Not sure who'll be the quickest then. But since Falcon's mistake, Mike just hasn't been touched, has he? Mike has done what he needs to. Nobody's got a penalty yet, because of course it would come up in the bottom left. So nobody at all has got a penalty yet. Mr. Costa is losing time. Yeah, I think that might be a glitch, Billy. I'm not sure, because on my screen Falcon always locks up, but I don't think he always locks up. So I think it is a glitch, Billy, unless he genuinely is locking up into every corner. Let's take a look if he locks up here. Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't think he's locking up into every corner. So if we go on board with Mike locks up. As Mike pitted it. Yes, Mike had to pit, really, didn't he? He had to respond to Falcon, didn't he? And so does Lakitu. So Falcon will be going all guns blazing here because Mike and Lakitu have pitted because they need to, don't they? They needed to respond to Falcon. They couldn't give Falcon a massive undercut. So Mike is out on mediums as well. But where is Falcon? Falcon is quite far back. He's not even at the front of the pit lane. Mike's almost at the exit. So Falcon is not going to catch Mike. Where's Mike? Mike's coming out of the exit now. There's Falcon. Falcon and Lakitu. Oh, so close. Falcon has got Lakitu. Undercut has worked. An absolute treat from Falcon. And he's up into net P2. And everyone is avoiding those curves. So let's get... Yeah, that's true because those curves are mad. So let's go back to the stops then. But the gap has increased, so Falcon has got to get his head down now. He's got to be the quicker on these mediums. Remember, we do have, at the end of the race, we do have a little bit of rain, which might spice things up. But Mike is now 2 seconds clear. Mike may get held up by John, who is on the softs and won't be planning to pit for a while. So if Mike catches John, he might get held up a little bit, which may bring Falcon back into the race. That happened in, I think it was Monaco as well. Mike was well ahead. He got held up, and then Falcon, made a phenomenal move to catch him. Falcon is still losing time. Falcon is struggling here. If he wants to win this race, he's got to keep pushing, and he's got to do something, hasn't he? Yep, indeed he has. He's got to keep going, and he just seems to be too slow at the moment. Yeah, makes you, yeah, they do. Curves make you very slow on this track, that's for sure. A little bit of a glitch going on there with Mr. Costa. So John's on the softs. I don't think he's planning on pitting anytime soon. Mike's catching him very quickly. Gap between Mike and Falcon is coming down oh so slightly. John, let's see if John pits. Hopefully, for the sake of a neutral perspective, he doesn't pit, so Falcon can catch up to Mike. Is he going to pit? No, he does not. Falcon's helmet is on point. It is, isn't it? Lovely. So Falcon then 2.1. Lakitu's lost a lot of time in that pit stop phase, hasn't he? Odoms, though, is right on the back of him, but he's 13 seconds down. But that's on the leaders, remember? So it could be in P6 or something, because there's a lot of cars being bunched up, etc. Wow, look at that. Falcon, Mike is catching, John very quickly, and he's going to start to get dirty air, which, one, will not just affect his tyres, but two, allow Falcon to catch up. The only curve that is good one is before Castle and the turn one. Oh, Falcon going wide again. And Lakitu is caught right up to him again. Falcon is making way too many mistakes. Lakitu on the soft compound, interestingly. But Falcon's just making way too many mistakes at the moment. He's not going to win this race, is he? Not at this rate. He's making way too many mistakes. Yeah, so not good for him. Mike is catching John, so for the sake of Mike, he wants John to pit pretty soon. Falcon will want John to stay out, but Falcon's struggling. He really is. Lakitu will probably overtake him by the end of the race because he just seems faster. The only reason Falcon got him is because of the undercut. I don't think Falcon will be able to stay ahead. Now, I say you get stuck behind. Remember, it's not Monaco. There is straights on this track, so he will probably get round him quite easily, but Falcon is just, wow. Absolutely no there. Welcome, Elfie, to the stream. Yeah, Lakita's going to get him here, I feel. DRS enabled as well. Mr. Costa's pit now. So George Alice takes the lead of the race. So Johnny's taking P9 over John Digweed. Wow, riding home. Lovely move by the looks of things of Johnny. So, John's not pitted. John is still out there. Be interesting to see. So Lakitu, Falcon managed to stay ahead of Lakitu then. Oh, Lakitu, take a look, and he broke so late, did Lakitu. Wow. Cozy in my kneecaps. Good work. Alfie, sit back and enjoy the race. Lakitu then on board with him. He's right at the back of Falcon. Falcon makes a move. Very defensive from Falcon. Down the inside goes Lakitu, but breaks late once again. Does Falcon. Lakitu and Falcon side by side. They touch so close. Falcon's going to defend the inside line. Lakitu has to run wide. Yeah, but he knows he's going to have the switch back and he's going to have a better run onto this straight. Is he going to take a little bit of damage? Damage for Lakitu. And now Lakitu's got front wing damage. He rammed into the rear diffuser of Falcon and he's going to have damage now, is Lakitu. That's going to annoy him as well. He's had such a good race, but because of someone else being slower than him, he's going to bloody get damaged. That's going to annoy him and he's going to lose time so much. Lose a lot of time, sorry. Mike has just overtaken John. I think John maybe let him through. He has done that before, so it's not helping Falcon at all. So now Falcon is just got to be net pace quicker than Mike. And so far this race, he's just not proved it, has he? So it's all going swell for Mike. Remember, we do have rain at the end of the race, so he might get caught up at the end. Falcon is catching to John slightly, but he's almost losing time to Falcon. Welcome FF1 Racing League to the stream. Falcon is a nitty. Not sure what that is. Right, so George Alice's pit. And let's see where he's going to come out. Falcon has got him. John. We have seen John help Mike before, actually. So we could see John stay out just to hold up Falcon. Oh, Lakitu's right on the back of him again, and he's got damage still. Has Lakitu. Yeah, he's going to be so annoyed, is Lakitu, isn't he? Let's see whether he can get past him. I don't think he will because he's just got such damage. Falcon's not catching, you can see well. Falcon's almost 3 seconds behind Mike. 2.7 to be exact. 2.6, but John might hold up Falcon. And I think maybe John might be helping Mike here. Hopefully not. But yeah. Lakitu definitely, even though I'm pretty sure he's got damage. From what I saw, he seems to be keeping up with Falcon absolutely no problem. And oh, Falcon is so close then to John. Is John going to wave him through like he waved Mike through? Be interesting to see, hopefully, for the sake of the race. Otherwise, he's helping Mike, isn't he? Oh, I don't think he's going to wave him through. I think he's here to help Mike a little bit, isn't he? Yeah, possibly. Falcon to get him on the straight anyway, but he would have lost quite a bit of time to him. Falcon's got a dispatch of him now if he wants to win this race. Remember, there is rain at the end, but he cannot afford to be more than 2.5 seconds behind realistically. Then the undercut can play into his favour. Also, something else, also just general pace. So John is not going to make it easy for him, unlike he did for Mike. So John's almost helped Mike a little bit there. John still doesn't pit, but Falcon has got John, and he's clear now. Hopefully for him, he doesn't let Lakitu through either, so he can hold up Lakitu a little bit. No, he lets Lakitu through. No, he doesn't. Oh, Lakitu's got down the inside. Lakitu down the inside, but John defends it well. Oh, so well. Well done, John. Oh, Lakitu goes around the outside. Oh, and Lakitu's barging his way through. And is Lakitu going to get him? Yes, he is. Down the inside goes Lakitu. John's in the wall, but Lakitu gets P3 back. The gap between Mike and Falcon is now 2.9 seconds. Wow. So Falcon's lost a lot of time because John waved Mike through, and now Falcon is ahead of Mike. Sorry, what am I saying? He didn't let John through. Simple as that. Lakitu lost quite a bit of time as well because he didn't get waved through by John. So John has just helped Mike a little bit there. I say a little bit, quite a lot actually. Odams is in 7th. He may have to pit once again. Johnny is in 9th after starting P5. It's not been a good race for him. He's currently all on his lonesome, 11 seconds from the car in front, 5 seconds to the car behind. And KB Killer was doing oh so well until he had to make a second stop for some reason. Because apart from that, he was doing oh so well, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. He was sort of, what was he, P3? Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Kind of at that stagnated point of the race now, where nothing's happening, realistically. Yeah, nothing's really. The gaps are about, well, there's no really time. George Ellis sets the fastest lap of the race. He's in P6. Is he going to catch Mr. Costa? I don't know. There's a little big gap for him to catch Mr. Costa, of course. No safety car. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. So then, it's been a good race for Mike. He's not had to do much so far. He pretty much got P2 from a mistake that Falcon made, as Falcon's just made way too many mistakes consistently in this race. Guys, if you have enjoyed this race so far, make sure you hit the like button to show your support. It might be down now. I remember Lakita reminded us that there'll be rain, or sorry, Hassan, I can't remember who it was. There will be rain at the end of the race, but whether it'll be enough to actually make an effect and a difference, I'm not sure. Yes, pretty much, Mitchell. That's pretty much my life. Falcon's making way too many mistakes, really, isn't he? So, not much more he can do. Well, there is loads more he can do. Let's make less mistakes. Simple as that. Oh, Mr. Costa and John are side by side, of course. John is not in that net position. Mr. Costa goes through. Question of phase, drive of the day so far. That's a tough one, actually. That's a real tough one. I would say maybe Mr. Costa. He's actually he's gained. John is obviously not pitted. George Ellis, would have gained 7 places. Mr. Costa's gained. Yeah, maybe George Ellis, because Mike hasn't really had to do much. Falcon definitely wouldn't be. He's made too many mistakes. Lakita again hasn't had to do much. Mr. Costa's gained 2 places, but George Ellis would have gained 7 when John pits. So maybe so far George Ellis or Odoms. But yeah, George Ellis is currently the quickest man on the track, so maybe at the moment George Ellis. Yeah, it's quite contrast to the last race I commentated, of course, Monaco, where Falcon was absolutely on fire, making no mistakes, to now where he's making a ton of mistakes. Remember, they're level on points in the championship, so Mike will take a 7-point lead. Oh, another mistake from Falcon. Just all over the place, really, isn't he, at the moment? Mike hasn't really done anything wrong. He hasn't had to do much either, though, you could also say. Mixture of tyres. The key two's on the softs, interestingly enough. Don't think he might get those to the end from what John has done, because John's still not pitted. It's a shame for KB Killer, though, because he's pitted again. He's AI now, I think, yeah. That's his 3rd pit now for KB Killer. He was P3, qualified P3. It's a good start for him. And he's just, unfortunately, he pitted for a 2nd time for some reason. Has to get damage early on. John Digweed has pitted twice already as well. And Mr. Costa has got Lakita. That's because Lakita has pitted. So yeah, that confirms Lakita is committing to the one slot. So John, you can see George Ellis has now gained 11 positions as John has also pitted. Yep, so who's that? George Ellis has now gained 8 positions. Lost front wing. Unlucky, Lakita. I thought you did. I guess that was on Falcon, wasn't it? Yeah. So, there, George Ellis gained 8 positions. So has Odoms, to be fair, to him. John has gained 6 positions, to be fair. So John's done quite well as well. He's just going to get overtaken by Johnny, though, who's had a poor race, starting P5. He's now in P8. Very stagnated race at the moment, isn't it? That gap is just increasing, isn't it, between Mike and Falcon. Mr. Costa is currently in P3. George Alice, I wonder if he'll get this soft to the end. That's the biggest question at the moment, is whether the soft runners will get the softs to the end. I think it's safe from Mike and Falcon to go mediums. Of course, Johnny pitted a lot earlier on. Safe from Mike and Falcon. They probably realise that they're quicker than everyone else, that they can probably afford to go on to mediums. Be interesting to see the likes of Mr. Costa, George Alice and Odoms, if they can get their softs to the end. 11 laps to go. John took his 15 laps, didn't he? Yeah, so we're about to put it on lap 10, so I don't think anyone actually put it on lap 10, so I'd be surprised if anyone took those softs to the end. I'd be surprised anyone on soft is doing a 2-stop, so that might favour the likes of Johnny, who's on the mediums, probably on a 1-stop. But yeah, this league needs me. Yeah, you said that in F2, whoever that is. We're not sure who it was. We thought it was Odoms, but it's obviously not Odoms. We also thought it was Gaming Freak Plus, and we also thought it was Jake. We're not sure who it is, so it's one of those two. It's either Gaming Freak Plus or Jake. We think it might not be either of those two, but we think it's one of those two. Could be Hellboy, could be Cliffy, I don't know who it is. Mr. Costa, Falcon's made an error! Falcon's round, oh dearie me, another mistake! I was saying now, George Alice is on the back of him, round the outside goes, Falcon, that's too wild, Falcon, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Falcon, he's get the position back, thankfully, but what is Falcon doing? He's lost his head yet again, and now George Alice is, oh, Falcon! Very similar to Spain, he's lost his head, made too many mistakes this race, and he's been costed for it, you know, simple. And now he's down into P4, that is going to lose him 13 points to his team, to Mike in the championship. Another mistake, then he decides to get extra aggressive on the brakes, and cost George Alice his race. That is a penalty in my opinion. Yes, he gave the position back, but that should still be a penalty. Unlucky, KB Killer Zone, really unlucky, mate. You did very, very well. More damage for George Alice. I feel so sorry for him. That should be a penalty for Falcon. Yes, he gave the position back, but he's ruined George Alice's race. Wrong for Falcon there. Well, that's just not good, is it? He's lost his head once again. I've said this before. I've said it before. Falcon is a very quick driver, but he gets way too aggressive, does Falcon. Oh, and they've touched again. That could have been an airplane crash from those two. George Alice is going into them. Oh, Falcon, what have you done now, man? He's taken out George Alice. Penalty coming Falcon's way. For sure, exactly what I was just saying. He's a quick driver, but he's lost his head. So unlucky for George Alice. He's had a great race. That, in my opinion, and anyone else's opinion, that is a penalty coming Falcon's way. That is ridiculous. Absolutely atrociously poor driving from Falcon. I think, well, he's a steward himself, and the stewards probably gang up against him, and they'll stick up for each other, so I doubt he will get a penalty. But that is a joke. Falcon needs to get a penalty for that, and if neither steward can argue for that, Johnny or Mike, they can't argue for their friend Falcon there. He is completely in the wrong. That could be a race ban. That was dreadful from Falcon. I was just saying, he's a quick driver, but he's just he just loses his head so easily. Yeah, did it in Spain as well, cost himself the race win there. He's just not good enough to be a world champion at the moment. He's really not, in my opinion. Anyway, so now Odoms is right on the back of him. Did he do? He's at the wall there. Did he do that on purpose to try and get back on the podium? I don't know. But there's 2 incidents now where he should be penalised for. Let's see whether these owners and these stewards decide to actually give him a penalty or not. But I think everyone agree he can. He should. And he probably will. Hopefully he does. Because that's just wrong in many ways. So Odoms then on the back of Falcon now. I think we all know who we want to get this 3rd place. And who definitely deserves it. Odoms has had a great race so far. I think he'll be committing to the 2-stop. Will Falcon let his teammate through? Probably not. Yeah, I would be very surprised. He doesn't like letting 3 people through, does he? Doesn't like accepting that people can be better than him. Here we go then. Round the outside. Falcon defends well. Down the inside goes Odoms. And a great move from Odoms. Oh, no, it's not a good move for Odoms. He's done a Falcon and he's gone deep. Oh, that's so poor from Odoms. He's done a Falcon. The Force Indias having a mare today. Falcon did exactly the same with Mike. Owners went a bit deeper. I don't see why Owners broke so late. Maybe because Falcon went across him a little bit late. Questionable again from Falcon, but unfortunate for Owners and Force Indians. Just a shake my head day for them. 2 Force Indians at Baku. That's a very good point, Mitchell. Yeah. So we had a bit of action there. We started off who is ERL's greatest. We wasn't sure who it was. So we started arguing about that. All of a sudden Falcon made an error. Then he lost himself, lost his head, made lots of mistakes, and now Falcon is going to cost him so many points in the championship, isn't it? And I think a race ban. That's 3 instances now. I think Odom's incident might even be because Falcon just cut across him, so he couldn't see his racing line. It's just not fair. Sorry again for the rant of Falcon, but it's disgusting. I think, if he doesn't get penalised for that, then goodbye ERL, shall we say. Man, oh man, that was 3 race ban. Maybe not that, but it definitely is a race ban at least. Deary me. So FF1, I believe, is starting now in 6 o'clock. I'm not sure who's commentating that. I know I'm meant to be. But probably next week. But we're here now at the moment, and I'm still pretty annoyed with Falcon's driving ability. I was trying to say, he's got the pace. Yeah, thank you very much. I agree, George Ellis. He's an absolute idiot. You did not deserve. You were going so well, my friend, and you would have been my driver of the day. He is an absolute idiot. Okay, unlucky. That I will make sure he gets a penalty for you. And by a penalty, I mean a race ban. Yeah. Okay, calm down, George Ellis. Let's try not to. Unlucky, George. Really unlucky. I think I know who our greatest is then. I think I know who it is. Yeah, George Alice would have been my driver of the day for sure until this man ruined it. Hopefully Funky Cobra can catch Falcon now. TS Odom's unfortunately made a mistake as well. As I said, the question will be whether these soft runners can take it to the end. Not sure if they can or not. Mr. Costa looking for a good P2 at the moment, isn't he? I know he did. He definitely did, didn't he, Sap? For sure. I agree completely. He should, I think. I think he might even caused Odom's incident, so I think he'll get a penalty for that. He pretty much just turned into George Alice after he made a mistake on his own accord, braking too late. Then he conceded the position. Then he tried to dive bomb George Alice when George Alice clearly had the position, gave him damage, and then pretty much put him into the pit lane wall. He is an idiot. I agree, George Alice. Don't worry, let the stewards. Well, I say let the stewards. They probably stick up for each other, but I'll make sure he gets at least a race ban, because that was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting from Falcon. Anyway, back to the action. Again, we're kind of at this stalemate place in the race at the moment. Nothing's really going on. The main question at the moment is whether the soft runners are Mr. Costa, Funky Cobra, Odoms, Lakitu, Lakitu, whether they, well, Lakitu pitted earlier, they were all on the soft tyre. I'd be interested to see whether, later, sorry, Lakitu, they can make it to the end. That is the big question at the moment. It's no worry, absolutely no worry, George Alice. Completely understand. I understand your anger because it was disgusting what he did, and it's not the first time he's done it this season either, so it's just not fair at all. You are right. Let's go. Let's move on from it, guys. Let's focus on the race. We'll talk about it after the race with the stewards, and we'll get Falcon, the man himself, in the party and ask him to explain himself. So don't worry about that. Right. Falcon's International. Oh, damage there for that might have been Odoms again, or Lakitu in 6th. He's on fresher tyres. Falcon's International Assistance. Yeah, probably so in ERL cases. Right. Mad. Right, so I'm not sure who that was who got damaged there, coming out of 14 or 50, can't remember which turn that is. It might have been Odoms, but it might have been Lakitu. Hopefully not Lakitu, because, man, he just gets so much damage. Remember Monaco, he's going so well, and then got front window. He's outbroke himself a little bit. So many people have outbroke themselves down into turn 1. Yeah, indeed they have. So, still the question on everyone's mind is whether those soft runners can make it to the end. I think they will, you know, from what it looks like. So I think they would have pitted by now if they didn't to get the most out of the Super. So I think they will. Which would be a great strategy for those. The key to damage, thank you very much. I thought it was. Such a shame. You know, he's such a quick driver. He just makes too many mistakes. A little bit like Falcon today. Sometimes he just makes too many silly mistakes. Like losing his front wing. I understand it's Baku and Monaco, very tight circuits, but if you want to be the best of the best, like Mike, sometimes Falcon, then you know you need to make sure you don't make those mistakes. Absolutely. Apart from that, Lakitu is a very good man. He's a very quick driver. He's a great racer, and if he can focus on those things, I mean, especially around non-street circuits here with lots of runoff area, minimal walls, I reckon he'd be an absolute contender. Quality pace is a little bit off, but you know. Points is awarded in the race, not in qualifying. So, there we go. Let's be interested to see whether we can get past Odoms. Odoms seems to be quicker in a straight line at the moment. Because he cannot get past Odoms. Indeed, sometimes Falcon. Right, here goes then Lakitu. Let's ride on board with him. Let's see if Lakitu can get Odoms. Then he's going to get DRS for Lakitu, and he's really, really close on this occasion. Is the man himself. He has a little bit of front wing damage, so that's probably why he's struggling to keep up in the middle two sectors. But here we go then. DRS wide open now in the slipstream of Odoms. Here he goes. He takes a look at the inside. Down the inside goes Lakitu. It's a great move, and he gets him to P5. What a move from Lakitu. Very well done, fully deserved. He has damage, remember though, so this fight is not over. Odoms will come fighting back, I'm sure. It's not over for Odoms. Remember, Odoms' tyres are a bit older though, so maybe they might balance each other out. Lakitu's on quick tyres. Will Lakitu catch Funky Cobra? Probably not. Talking to Funky Cobra, he's right on the back of Falcon. Can he get a podium? Come on, Funky Cobra. Hopefully he can get a podium. Hopefully so he can push Falcon to his limits. Probably push Falcon into a mistake. I tell you, that's not too hard. He makes enough of them on his own. So let's see if he can do it. Falcon's struggling. He may have damage. He's on mediums. Let's see. Come on, Funky Cobra. Get yourself a podium. Be absolutely great to see him get a podium. Don't think he's got one before, but he has had a great race today. Hopefully Falcon doesn't ruin someone else's race. He'll be, of course, right in DRS. He's got, what, just 3 laps to do it, so plenty of time. Plenty of time for Funky Cobra to do this, and he definitely seems quicker. Lakitu might catch up as well. He's caught a second in that middle sector, so keep an eye on Lakitu. He might catch this pack. Yeah, I think he will. He probably will. He's on fresher tyres. But here we go, on board with Funky Cobra. He's going to be in a slipstream, and he will get DRS. Be careful, because Falcon won't be afraid to squeeze you into the pit wall. So DRS line, there it is. DRS wide open for Funky Cobra. Oh, he's oh so quick in a straight line. This should be a piece of cake. Here goes Funky Cobra then. Down the inside goes Funky Cobra for the final place on the podium. Falcon, though, is a lovely move, to be fair to him, around the outside. And Funky Cobra release the Venom. Cobra, good. And Falcon's run wide again. Can Cobra release his Venom now and pounce on ERL Falcon? He's probably a little bit too far back on this occasion. He takes a look. Does he go for it? No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. Lakitu is catching. Look at that. Lakitu's now only 2.5. Lakitu is not out of this. What? Oh, did he just brake test him? Or was that just the spectator cam? Not sure. Don't think he did. But it just looked like it from the spectator cam that Falcon brake tested him. Bit of Hamilton and Vettel going on. Falcon's the Vettel though, losing his head constantly. So Cobra's quick, isn't he? Very quick at the moment, but Lakitu's even quicker. He's catching very quickly. Oh, Cobra, that's not good. Oh, he had to slow down. I think he got away with not hitting his front wing, but he lost a little bit of time. Now the Cobra's falling back into Lakitu. Oh. I would say race ban. Cobra has damage. Yeah, I think he does. Front left. Oh, no. Oh, please, no. It'd be such a shame. Is that rain? Yeah, that's the rain we were expecting. Hello, Chill Drive. Welcome to the stream. That's the rain we've been expecting, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, is it? No, not really. He's just too far back. That's so unfortunate. Here, Lakita's a bit too far back. That's so unfortunate for Funky Cobra that he's got that damage. He's gaining, but he's going to struggle to keep up with him in the middle, isn't he? Yes, he is. However, it's on board. Too much rain. Red flag. We cannot see, Charlie. We cannot see. It's going to be a great P2, though, for Mr. Costa if he can take that home. Oh, go on, mister. Go on, Funky Cobra. Right on the back of him. Come on. Thank you very much, Chill Drive. But come on, he's right on the back of him. Makita's right on the back of him. Come on, Funky Cobra. Push hard. Can he get him? He's going to be pushing the absolute wheels off of that car. Definitely. Going to go on board then with Mike, who's almost coming to the end of his race. There's the rain then, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately. There is another lap, sorry. I thought this was the last lap. It's not. So there's another lap for Funky Cobra. If the rain comes, it probably helps him because it requires... because he won't... Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, even defending at the start was terrible. Yeah, that's true. It wasn't great, was it? Here we go then. Oh, if the rain going to help Funker, if he didn't have that damage, I think he'd get him. He actually seems to be keeping up with Falcon a little bit, though, in the middle. Remember, he's going to have that massive strip team. Lakitu, though. Lakitu is all over him. He's having, okay, the Cobra's going to have the fun. I'm going to have some fun. Lakitu goes down the inside. Goes Lakitu. It's a brave move, and he's kind of forced Funky Cobra into the wall there. Yeah, that is very tough. Oh, so close. But here goes. It's not going to be Cobra and Falcon. It's going to be Lakitu and Cobra as the rain comes pouring down here. Here goes Lakitu. He still hasn't even got DRS yet. It's going to be DRS. DRS is still enabled, I believe. There's the DRS line. DRS wide open. It's going to be comfortable. Easy pickings, though, for Lakitu. For P4. Around the outside goes Lakitu. And it's P4 for Lakitu. Unlucky. Funky Cobra. I think he'll be my driver of the day at the moment. If it wasn't for Falcon taking out George Ellis. Yeah, Funky Cobra even Odoms probably. Odoms has done a great job as well. Come on, Lakitu, catch him. Catch ERL Falcon. Mike, of course, Mr. Costa will come home for second, I think. Come on, Lakitu, catch him. Catch him, come on. He's definitely quicker. He's so fast, is Lakitu. It's not over yet. Falcon making mistake after mistake. Lakitu on fresh softs. Lakitu's right on the backside of Falcon. He's not going to have much time, though, is he, to overtake him? He's going to run out of time very fast. Oh, he's so close. Come on, Lakitu, for the final step of the podium here in Baku. Mike will be coming home very shortly to win the race. But come on, Lakitu, keep pushing. Can he get him here? Coming in to the castle section now. He's right on the gearbox of him. He could go for a move so shortly. Mike, however, is going to come around the final kink then here in Baku. And it's been a great race for him. And since Falcon's mistake, untroubled for Mike, it's been a great win for Michael here in Europe and back in the European Grand Prix. In Baku, no, Lakitu's got damage. I saw that. Lakitu's got damage. Mike wins, though, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix or the European Grand Prix, whatever it is. But Lakitu is right on the back of Falcon. Can he get him? Race to the line then. For P3, can Lakitu get him? I think he's just too far back. Plus, he's got damage too far back. And Falcon, I think, unfortunately for Lakitu, Falcon is going to take undeservedly the final step on the podium. But very well done to Lakitu. Good effort. Undeserved podium from ERL Falcon. But very well done to Mike, who now takes a 10-point lead in the Drivers' Championship. Another bit of damage for Lakitu. Unlucky for him, but it's P4 for him. A relatively good race. Unfortunate. Good P2 for Mr. Costa. And I'm going to give my driver of the day to Odoms, I think. Great drive from him to get from pretty much last to sixth. Cobra had a great drive. So did Lakitu. So did Mr. Costa. And Mike was pretty much untroubled the whole race. Falcon needs to get booted from the podium, says, I can't remember who that was actually. But yes, we'll get Falcon in now. the man himself, so we can talk to him and get some questions from our rather excitable audience. The key to brake check. I thought he did. I thought I saw that. That Falcon brake checked him. Don't confirm it though, but I'm pretty sure. I'm more excited than the last few laps of the whole F2 race. That's true. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. Yeah, it did look like it. They did point it out to the stream that he looked like he brake tested him, but I couldn't confirm it. Unfortunately, the rain didn't come quick enough. It would have spiced things up more and more. We're going to try and get Mike and Falcon in so we can talk to the race winner and get Falcon in. We might try and get Mr. Costa in. We'll get Falcon in for him to explain himself. Shall we say, can we just try to be nice to him? Get your questions coming in, guys, for Mike and Falcon. I should imagine most of them. Good question coming in from ERL's greatest to Falcon. Remember to ask him that one. You might get a bit triggered, so let's be careful, guys. Let's get some questions for Mike, the race winner, because he's not here at the moment. But we'll try and get some... Hello, there he is! Mike, the race winner. Very well done to you. Today, of course, it was almost gifted to you because of Falcon's mistake very early on. But it was a very troublous race for you. Now a 10-point lead in the championship. You're very happy with that result?
It was indeed a very quiet race, to be fair. Falcon had some issues or problems out there. He made a lot of mistakes, which left me with Mr. Costa up the front. So... yeah, very happy to get these mediums to the end and get the 25 points as well, and with a 10-point lead.
10 seconds.
And Falcon. Yeah, very happy heading into Austria.
Very, very well done to you, Mike. Falcon, we've got a question for you coming into the audience here, saying why are you so bad is one of the questions. Also, a lot of questions going on about, why did you take George Alice out, ruining his race pretty much, after you made a mistake on your own accord, and then you pretty much forced him into the wall, then on the pit straight, you pretty much put him into the pit wall. What happened? Explain yourself.
Sorry, no. I made a mistake myself, the 61.
Yep.
I made a huge mistake and accidentally put him in the wall. I admit that was totally my fault. I deserve a penalty. Then I was down his inside on the straight, and he turned in before the pit lane.
He was up your inside.
No, I was up on his inside.
No, he was. I think the chat can agree with me on this one. George Alice was up the inside, and next minute we knew he was in the wall. And also, I don't know if this is true, but apparently you brake tested Lakitu as well.
Okay, that's...
I was asking if it was true. I didn't say it was true. I was asking.
No, I'm not. I'm just stupid. Thanks,
okay. Well, we're pretty sure George Alice was inside you, Falcon. Yeah, the chat were pretty disgusted by your behaviour, Falcon, if I'm honest.
They can be disgusted. What the thing I did to George Alice first was totally my fault. I deserve a penalty. Totally, I deserve it. Then, down the straight, I don't get why I'd ruined his race. Why?
I think from what we saw, it looked like you just turned into him, put him into the pit straight, into the pit wall.
No, he turned into me.
I think George Dallas is in the chat, so... But yeah, but I think we definitely a race ban should be coming your way, would you agree?
No, I wouldn't. I'd say a penalty for certain.
Question to Falcon, what the fuck man drive fair? Also, the ERL stewards are now being named the Falcons International Assistants as well. That's also great to hear. George Alice is inside you, Falcon sounds wrong. Nice question. Yeah, that was a very good question. Anyone want any questions? No, of course, no penalty. Falcons International Assistants. Any more questions to Falcon or Mike? Let's not forget, Mike, of course, won the race. So, any questions to Mike? Mike, do you feel confident going into Austria? Let's just say that. Are you quick around Austria?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know Falcon's quick around there. Hope for another interesting battle. Hope he remains consistent for the rest of the season, and we are close in the championship. But yeah, I'll try my best as always.
Mike, question to Mike: do you think you always had the win in the bag?
No.
No. Okay. Another question to Mike: Can you do a voice crack, Mike? Can you do a voice crack, Mike? We've got a question coming in from Mitchell there. Quite good at them. Sorry, mate, but why are you doing this, Falcon? So a lot of hate going on towards Falcon. I think we should end the stream there before any monitors get broken or anything of that kind of question. Old question to Mike. What are you thinking about Falcon's accident incident? What's your thoughts on that, or have you not seen it or heard about it?
No, it's oddly hasn't seen it, isn't it?
I guess I understand what happened, and yeah, it can be quite frustrating when you lose your front wing, and I know Falcon didn't do it on purpose, but we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is. He's definitely getting a penalty, I mean, quite fairly. So we'll see what happens.
But I'm sorry, but
right, so we're going to end the stream there, everybody. Thank you so much for watching here today. We'll see you next weekend in Austria. Mike takes 10-point lead. Will Falcon get a race ban? We'll find out shortly. Thank you so much for watching.